Yeah, it's late. I'm trying to watch Worlds right now, but I'm also trying to play some Hearthstone at the same time, so we'll see how this goes. Playing against a Priest. Gonna want to rush him down. Gonna want to have to deal with some of his early things. Actually, this opening hand might not even be that bad, but we're gonna dump him. We want, generally speaking, any other 1-drops. 2-drops. This is a fine 2-drop, and so is this, but I want to fully commit because if I don't get a 1-drop, the tempo of this deck kind of hurts. And I'll probably get another 2-drop, and there it is. There it is. 1-drop into another 1-drop, which isn't necessarily ideal, but this could be what it takes to rush him down. So we'll see how it goes. If he plays Northshire Cleric, I will feel no remorse trading into it. If he okay, now I don't know what he's gonna do. Oh my god. There's a 2-3 that has now been healed up. Wait, this is actually really bad. This actually, like, low-key wins him early game. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back from this one. Because next turn he's going to trade in heal anyway, right? So I need to keep a minion on board. So I feel like just playing another Murloc Tidecaller. Shoot, this is actually really, really, really bad. That was probably the best play he could have had early. And I got rid of the Toxfin, so I'm in a really big pickle. We're going to play another Murloc Tidecaller. And pass. The only reason why I'm doing that is because I'd rather have potential to draw Toxfin with this. Oh my god. Oh no, 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 no. Oh my god. He's going face? Wait, him going face actually saved me the game. Because I can kill it with this. Oh my god, you're so lucky. I'm so lucky. Wow. Oh my god, he misplayed that so hard. If he hadn't done that... Actually, I don't even know if that was a misplay, but... Oh, but he has another one, so it doesn't even matter. Does he have another heal? This guy's insane! This guy's actually nuts. This guy's high-key nuts. I could double Bluegill Warrior into that, or just singular Bluegill Warrior. Trade in. Save the other one for another time. And get out better stats, which is what I think I want to do. And we got another Bluegill Warrior. This is actually a really strong hand, I must say. If we can get another War Leader, or even just like an Oracle, this could be really, really, really strong for us. So I want to play Tasty Fin. It draws me more cards. It's probably just a better value in general. I feel no remorse making this trade, because it's going to happen either way, and I don't know. I get 3 more damage in, he heals himself, it doesn't really accomplish me anything. He's already used an Inner Fire. If he plays something like a Met, I don't have to worry that much. I can trade one thing into that. That's actually not bad for me at all. Okay, so here's what I do. We trade this in, so he only draws 1 card. And then we get an admittedly pretty large board here. Now this is solid. This is exactly where I want to be with this deck. With this deck, what you want to have is a fairly decently sized board, not way overcommitting. Although I did kind of have to overcommit to just deal with his board initially. But a decently sized board that you can then pump up with some card draw potential out there, whether it be the Tasty Fin or Underbelly Angler. So he kind of just has to play that, which sucks for him. And now I'm faced with a dilemma. Do I want to... Actually, let's see what totem I get, because we're going to go for a totem. Healing? It's not healing. What thing do I get? Deal 2? That's not bad, actually. Because, like, okay. Let's say that here he, we'll trade with this, because if things get silenced, that's going to lose health anyway. So might as well go with that. But anyway... Let's say he has Wild Pyromancer and like 2 spells in hand, right? He kills off this. I don't care if that dies. In fact, it gives me card draw. I want that to die. These 2 things end up living, which is fine. And theoretically, this will also live. That's really bad. That's actually quite bad. Gets to draw a card off of that. But I want to trade into this. Actually, I want to trade in there. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 21. That is plenty of damage. We're just going to hit him in the face. We're not even going to do the math. Who needs to do math when you can just win? There we go, boom. And we also could have played a Bluegill Warrior for extra damage if needed. All from that one 8/8-ness play. If he had killed the other Murloc Tidecaller, no, I would have still killed it because he didn't have enough mana to heal it because he interfired, which I still think was a way too aggressive play early. Especially considering this deck runs Toxfin. Like, the fact that the deck I'm playing runs Toxfin means that he should have traded there, because that way he would have at least gotten 2 Murlocs out of the way. I mean, he did end up getting 2 Murlocs out of the way, but it was in a way that would have been more detrimental to me, in my opinion. Obviously, there's an argument to be made for him going super aggressive. Like, if he closes the game out quickly and I'm not able to build a board, he could just win. But he committed a lot of cards to this strategy, and he just went for it, where I feel like, in my opinion, if I commit a lot of cards to one strategy, I want to make sure it has the best chance of winning. So I trade in. I give myself as much board control as possible, especially into a deck that I know can't gain any if I have a big taunt minion out there. I think that the Interfire at first was a mistake, and if you were in the same position, I would recommend holding off for a turn or two, because you're gonna kill the Murlocs anyway. They only have 2 health, so I don't know. It's personal preference. You can do whatever you want, but that's my take on it. I know I ranted there a little bit. I apologize. That's my bad. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. So, you know, what you gonna do? I think that this is a good opening hand. We got the Underbelly Angler. We got a 1-drop. Soul of the Murlocs isn't necessarily needed. This is fairly aggressive. I feel like because I can generate more Murlocs, I want cheaper things. But Murloc War Leader is such a good tempo generator that I think it's just viable to keep out on the board, you know? So that's what we're going to do. Keep it out on the board. We're going to close Spotify because there's no reason for it to even be on right now. And he's going Murloc as well. Which means if I play this, that's really bad. So I think I want to just coin out Fish Flinger. I think I lose this mirror match just because he had a turn 1 play. And this deck has no removal and no way of really getting back into the game after that. I do get to trade in though, which is solid. He's gonna trade in? I feel like in this case you go for damage because we're both aggro decks and we want the other one making the trade so that we can get the damage. Like, ideally he wants to trade here. I mean, he wants me to trade here. If I play this, it just dies. There's literally no point to play that, so we'll just totem. God, that was a bad turn. Holy moly. But there's nothing else I could do, right? Like, I can't force it. I can't force anything in my hand. I can't play Underbelly Angler because then it'll die, and that's probably the most important resource in the deck. So next turn, it's probably just going to be a War Leader play, honestly, into him trading into it, because there's nothing better I can do. Unless I want to Underbelly Angler for 1 minion. Okay, that's game. I actually just lost. He had the 1-drop. I couldn't play my Oracle. He had turn 1 play, and that's basically what this comes down to. Unless I get Rush. Unless I get something. The game's already over. The game's already been decided. He gets too much value, and he gets to pump this up. I just had to play stuff on the board to maybe stay competitive, but theoretically here he makes that trade there. He could make this trade and that trade, and then the game's over. If he chooses to not make any trades here like the other guy did, I could theoretically still win. And like, this is the point where you want to make the trades, and you as an aggro deck can make value trades into a deck that has no removal, no way of punishing you for having a ton of low health minions. You trade. Him trading initially, that was a mistake because there was no real need to. Like, I had to make that trade anyway. And it wasn't a value trade, it was 1 for 1. But this one, these trades are so great for him that him not taking them, like, gives me an opening. Obviously, it won't really matter, but, like, could give me an opening. So he's trading and he's making the correct call. There's an argument to make that he doesn't have to trade in with the 5-2 because its health is only 2. That's fair. I'll just play War Leader, trade into the 2-1, because that's the thing that gives me the most valuable, and hit him with the well played, because it's over. Like, I can't come back from this. Conceding this one is not tilt, it's just not wasting time. So even though this deck has lost, it lost to its own deck. So I could consider this a win, theoretically, like thematically. Like, this deck won. But anyway, moving on. So basically into the mirror match, whoever goes first and if you go first, can get out the Tide Caller wins. It's that simple. Like, if you go first and you get out the Tide Caller into a mirror match, 9 times out of 10, as long as you have like a follow-up plate, you win that matchup. This is a solid start. Even the Toxfin into what no, this is going to be a very aggro-based Paladin. But I'm going to keep the Toxfin just in case he gets like one buffed like Secret Keeper out or something that is a huge problem. There's an argument to be made, right, that into the mirror match, another decent one drop would be a Sludge Slurper. And I would agree. If you go first and you play the Sludge Slurper, and then the other person plays the Murloc Tide Caller and you make a value trade, that's also a viable one drop. So basically, whoever can get a Murloc Tide Caller or a Sludge Slurper out first into the mirror match wins. It's that simple. Mermie's fine if you can follow it up with like a Toxfin or something, but then you're getting into like you need a lot of resources to get it to work. Which personally, I don't think is a good thing to rely on. So he's going to play like a Secret or something. I'm going to hit him in the face. Or he's going to play Secret Keeper. And he's going to coin out a Secret. And then I'm going to be in a position where I don't know what I want to do next. I think I'm going to want to hit face. See where that takes me. See if it's like Noble Sacrifice or something. Because it might be. Yep, there it is. And then we'll play the 2-1. He has no removal. We got rid of that. We have a 1-1 left. So even if he pumps this up, we have the Toxfin. It's not necessarily an optimal play because I could play Murloc War Leader and get more tempo. But what the heck are you doing? Are you going to pump it up with a Divine Shield or something? 1. Oh, wait, yeah, of course, the sidekick. That's my bad. That's my B. I think here, playing the War Leader is a better play because then I can double trade into both of these minions. Okay, so as long as he doesn't have Secret into Sword, this play sticks. I Cold Light Seer, and the game is mine. It's amazing how, like, the game as an aggro deck can be decided in the first 3 or 4 turns, as long as you're playing against another, like, aggro or tempo deck. If you're playing against a control deck, they're never really out until, like, the turn they need it. They reveal their hand, and they don't actually have the card that they needed. He's good. I like him, but I don't want to play him yet. So we're going to play the Toxfin. Then we're going to pump up the health of everyone. And personally, I think trading here isn't even a bad call. He takes 1. He'll have 1 HP left, and then I get to deal with that minion. That was probably a misplay. Like I said in the other game, like if you're playing against another aggro deck, you want to go face unless you can get a value trade. And since it had Reborn, it's not really a value trade. That's a Hungry Crab on the 3-4, and that swings the tempo of the game immensely. Like, holy moly. The fact that he didn't pick one immediately, though, means that he might not have it. But he did. He got it, and therefore I lose. Like, that actually just straight up means I lose. I know that I just said it's amazing how fast that things can turn. But I guess the perfect card, drawing the perfect card, is an exception to that rule. And now I can't even kill it. That's devastating. That's actually really, really, really bad. Kill the 2-1 Fish Flinger. Technically, I should Fish Flinger first, see what Murloc I get. Like, if I get something that pumps damage, I can kill the 2-3. And I did. So we're going to do this. And then we're going to Hero Power. And we're still not out of the game because we have Scargill with Underbelly Angler. I can mass a board in like 1 turn. That's kind of bad, I'm not going to lie. If I were him, I'd trade the 2-1 into the Totem. Or, actually, what he could do here is leave that 3-2 with the Divine Shield. He's not? Okay, that's fine. It's actually not that big of a deal. Like, the difference between all this is, like, minuscule. I want to at least have another Murloc in hand before I, Okay. Scargill, Underbelly Angler, Grimscale Oracle gives me 1 card. Gives me 1 extra minion. I don't know if that is worth it. But I also can't just play nothing. So I play Underbelly Angler. I have to hope for 1, maybe 2 more drops. But then Scargill's useless. So if I'm going to do that, I might as well just play Scargill first. Then play him. Then play the Oracle. And hope for a miracle here. For another Angler. We got it. We got it. The perfect card has saved me once again. Odds are I draw another Murloc. Odds are Scargill dies. So does the Angler. So that's a little bit rough. But I do have an Angler in hand. So theoretically I could still pop... Oh no. Oh my god. I don't like that. But also if he trades into the Oracle, this could open up a huge opportunity for me. Because of the way that he traded. Because he felt like he needed to kill that 1-1 first. My possibilities are endless. Because I can play the Underbelly Angler, get 1 card, then another one generate 2, then generate 2 more. And this actually brings me back into the game. If he kills the Underbelly Angler and trades 1 minion into it, then I am able to still generate value off of the Underbelly Angler into hopefully another Murloc play. Okay, so he kills that off. Draw me another Murloc, and we did it. We get to basically take control of the game here. Even if its health gets reduced to 1, that does not matter. Now we just flood the board with whatever we can. Boom, perfect. Oracle, that's whatever. We're just kind of going face here. Yeah, I don't care. I could care less. We'll put this on the 2-1. Give him a reason to kill the cheap thing. A Lackey. Lackeys are always good. Give it rush. Cool. That's going to be Noble Sacrifice or Matrix. That's a little disappointing. But the fact of the matter is, I was able to generate a lot more resources. I have a good board now. He's got Never Surrender and Avenge down. Probably. Wait. Definitely could also be Redemption. That would suck. Oh, he runs Consecrate. This deck also runs Consecrate. Okay, that's game. Well played. That was my last ditch effort. It's now over. The thing I like about this deck is you can definitely like figure out when you've lost early. You know, like you don't have to keep playing the game. You're like, maybe I can come back. It's just sometimes it's just over, and this one was just over. Like, okay, theoretically, I draw my last Underbelly Angler next turn, and I regenerate a board. But now that I know he runs Consecrate, it's very possible he has another one, especially considering he thinned his deck out so much with the Mysterious Challenger. So, that was just a rough one. I think that if some of these, like, slightly buffed decks rotate out, like Evolve Shaman and Secret Paladin and N'Zoth Rogue and or Priest, like, as soon as those cycle out, this deck will once again be absolutely massive. And it's still good now. Like, it's not bad. I just think that it could be better, especially when some of the decks that beat it kind of heavily rotate out. Because there were decks that got significant buffs, whereas this one was just left untouched. I personally don't think that that's super great for this deck in the meta. But doesn't matter. Hopefully you guys got some insight into how to play the deck, how to play into certain matchups. If you're playing against another aggro matchup as a fairly control matchup, well, like tempo-ish, like burst combo-y deck, like the Priest deck, you want to have board control at all times, so you want to trade. If you're playing as an aggro deck, like this guy and the other guy were, you want to go face, make the other person make the unfavorable trades, unless you can make significant value trades. Like when the other guy made the trades at the last turn and killed off my last 2 minions, it was donezo. He played safe. He didn't go for a little bit of extra damage that turn because he knew that he'd be able to set up for lethal the next turn. So that's sometimes what you just gotta do. right? And it's very easy to do with this deck because you can play the Cold Light Seer, buff up your minions early, get some value trades, generate the tempo needed. So like if you can get some minions to stick early, that's the ticket to winning. So yeah, that's basically everything you need to know about this deck. And even though I lost, like there's still things to be learned from losses, right? So it doesn't actually matter the outcome of the game because the overall stat line of this deck is still 14-5 in a meta that's been buffed that kind of hurts this deck, especially with Zephyrus being so highly played and therefore Hungry Crab being like a massive problem. So yeah, it's kind of wild though. He got the Hungry Crab and then it was just over, like he killed it, and my god, that was a very good card to have. Did he top deck that? I don't remember, but if he did, that was a very good top deck. Like one more turn of waiting for me to stabilize, my board, and that could have been a totally different game. Anyway, that's it. So yeah.